New RWBY anime. I'm in. So for those of you who don't know, and I know I'm actually a little late to the party on this. The schedule was not very kind to me for this breaking news. RWBY, the Rooster Teeth animated series that started in technically 2013, but the first footage of it was released in 2012. Regardless, it is getting a brand new project. And apparently this is actually part of a collective RWBY project with different mediums and studios involved. But the first one that we have any concrete knowledge of, and therefore the only one I can really speak on, is called RWBY Ice Queendom. And it is made by Studio Shaft, the same anime studio as Madoka Magica. I think Nisekoi. I think they're probably most famous for Monogatari. Assuming that I'm thinking of the same studio, the right studio. They're good. Apparently they're pretty hit or miss. I'm not super familiar with their work. I dug Nisekoi and I dug Madoka Magica. I had both of them on my top 30 anime list a while back. And my opinion on that hasn't changed at all. So based on this trailer, I really like the way this trailer looks, and this is actually kind of goes into what I really want to talk about, which is I've said on numerous occasions that I don't ascribe to the doom and gloom, RWBY is gonna get canceled or RWBY is ruined narrative. I think it is still a very lucrative IP. It is still Rooster Teeth's most lucrative IP. And so for as long as Rooster Teeth is a thing, RWBY will be a thing as well. I have also said on numerous occasions that they do have some sort of ending in mind, and that once RWBY runs its course, once RWBY is finished, they will reboot it and do it again. And that seems to be what Studio Shaft is doing. I know from the trailer that this is a retread of Volume 1, which Volume 1 doesn't really hold up. It wasn't really good to begin with. I didn't really like Volume 1 even when it was coming out. I didn't really get into RWBY until Volume 2, which I thought was a major improvement on the formula. But hindsight's 2020. That's the thing about reboots, is it gives creatives a clean slate to kind of take what worked before and build on that without the baggage of what came before. Which is why it's really interesting that this is called Ice Queendom, and apparently will be going in a different direction from Volume 1, though that wasn't really indicated in the trailer, so I don't know what direction they're planning on going or how different it's going to be, because again, the trailer that we just got is all just reanimated stuff from Volume 1. Very well reanimated stuff. I really like the way these character designs have translated into 2D, and I knew that I would like this because RWBY has a very active fan art community, and so we've actually seen these characters rendered in all sorts of different art styles for really since it started. The RWBY fan anthology actually comes to mind because that was put together by numerous artists, each having a different art design, and I liked some of those chapters. A couple of them were a little weak sauce, but they were fun. I really liked them. I think it was the best of that first wave of RWBY-based comics that we got. It was certainly better than what DC put together, or what Shiro Miwa put together for manga form. The Shiro Miwa manga actually comes to mind as well, because that was one that got a lot more into Weiss's backstory than what we ultimately got in Volume 1, or really the series in its entirety. There's parts of the Weiss chapter in the Shiro Miwa manga chapter that never made it to the animated series. And I do expect them to pull from that a lot more than what I'm seeing people talk about. Like, I've actually seen a lot of people remember that the Shiro Miwa drawn manga exists thanks to this. That seems to be what direction Shaft is going in. The trailer just kind of ruled, honestly. Like, there's not really much to talk about in the trailer. Like, it's RWBY. It looks like the best parts of RWBY. We've been fooled by false advertising before, but, like, criticizing something's marketing is different from criticizing the product itself. Right now, we can only talk about the marketing, and the marketing has been really good. I have seen other images of, like, redesigns and stuff, but I don't know if it's for Ice Queendom or if it's for another part of this like, fan project overarching thing. I just don't really know. I don't think they've released too much information on that. But I do like that this is kind of ending the debate of, like, whether RWBY is anime or not, as if being an anime anime is kind of a meaningless term. I actually was thinking about doing a media side on this at some point, and this is kind of a good platform to do it. Because anime is literally just Japanese for animation. It's just Japanese shorthand. So anything animated could be considered anime, and the actual distinctions are more cultural. It's certainly not stylistic, because you can't, like, really compare the style of Cowboy Bebop or a Full Metal Alchemist to the style of One Piece or Crayon Shin-chan or it's just like with Western animations, Batman the Animated Series and SpongeBob SquarePants are just not comparable. And even genre distinctions do exist to draw connections between things. It does not actually work to separate things as well. Once you leave the binary comedy and tragedy dynamic, it becomes really muddled really quickly. So that's all I really had to say about that. I'm looking forward to it. I will, if it's super interesting, I'll do videos on it. Depending on when it comes out, we might do podcasts on it. If it comes out in conjunction with Volume 9, then we'll just wrap it all up together in the Volume 9 podcast. If not, then we're going to have to try to work out a schedule for it, but only if it's interesting. I'm not going to drag those guys out of their lives to talk about a thing that isn't even fun to talk about. I learned that lesson with Genlock. So, one other thing, because I have to kind of address everything I know about this situation, and this is going to get into a little petty territory. The voice cast so far, it does seem to be that it is the Japanese dub for RWBY. It's that cast returning, and they're mostly good. And the English cast for Rooster Teeth is also coming back to do the English dub, and they've been playing the characters for even longer. You know, I'm pretty confident in that. But with that said, I can't even really blame Aaron Zek for picking a fight with some of the people creating this over allegations that might not even be true. I will kind of use this to call out the person that tried to bring it to Aaron Zek's attention in order to it's just shit starting. Just stirring the pot. Like, if this dude is guilty, then try him and have him be guilty. Japan has a really high conviction rate for a reason. If he's innocent, then piss off with this nonsense. I don't know the dude. I don't know any of these people personally, obviously. But it does kind of reflect bad that this fandom is really excited for more RWBY content, because it's been over a year since we've had actual RWBY content. Volume 9's been delayed. I think twice now it's been delayed, with no release date in sight, seemingly. And this fandom is getting really excited for this new possibility, this new direction, this kind of retelling and reboot that might go in a different direction and might alleviate some of the problems with the canon series. And someone just has to piss in these people's cornflakes and no one can have anything fun anymore. Because, you have to just throw allegations out there. So that's actually all I had to say about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because this is something that I am interested in hearing more about. If you have any more information I didn't touch on here, link it to me. And I might do a follow-up video getting more into detail on what is actually going on in RWBY, because I haven't really been keeping up all that much. I'm only doing this video out of obligation. I'm Mediocrity4. Thanks for watching.